Interesting Facts About the Bible, Part 91. Did you know that the Ten Commandments actually weren't these gray or brown stone that we imagine them to be because we've seen them in movies like this? According to rabbis, based off of scripture, the Ten Commandments were written on tablets of blue sapphire. So in Exodus 24, we see something interesting where Moses is going up to visit Adonai with Aaron and the other elders of Israel. In verse 10, it says, "They saw the God of Israel, and under his feet was something like a pavement of sapphire as clear as the very heavens. Yet he did not raise his hand against the nobles of Bnei Israel. So they beheld God and ate and drank." So they interacted with God as a man. Then in verse 12, Adonai says to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and stay there, and I will give you the tablets of stone with the Torah and the mitzvot, which I have written so that you may instruct them." So these are the commandments of God. In Ezekiel 1, we see that Ezekiel is having a vision of Adonai starting at verse 26, and he is saying that over their heads was something like a throne resembling a sapphire stone. So it is the throne of Adonai, as we see in verse 28. So the throne of Adonai and the pathway to his throne is made out of blue sapphire. When Moses goes up and he sees Adonai and he sees the pavement of sapphire and the throne of God is made out of sapphire, right after that, Adonai says to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and stay there, and I will give you the tablets of stone." So it makes sense that the tablets were actually made out of blue sapphire, not gray stone. Which then makes Numbers 15:37 make so much more sense. "The Lord said to Moses, speak to the people of Israel and tell them to make tassels on the corners of their garments throughout their generations, and to put a cord of blue on the tassel of each corner. It shall be a tassel for you to look at and remember all of the commandments of the Lord, to do them, not to follow after your own heart and your own eyes." We can see here that it says Moses turned and went down from the mountain with the 2 tablets of the testimony in his hand. So they are light and small enough to be carried by one hand. Scripture says they were written on the front and the back, and they probably look something more like this. This is why the color blue is so important to Israel, and why it's on their flag, and why it's on their tzitzit. What will be even more interesting is when you understand what the color purple means according to scripture.